This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I thought perhaps the end of days was upon us, but it turned out it was just a disoriented old lady in a champagne-colored Toyota Avalon, crashing into my world like DMB circa 1996.
Oh my goodness, hello! So it looks like my system might be working for the moment. It turns out the problem that has been preventing me from live streaming and that caused all those problems last time is this Chinese-made device.
I was curious as to your commercial that you have on TV. I think it's saying the world isn't flat. I totally took offense to that.
I haven't changed. I'm still a flat earther.
There is no hope for us, and I'm sorry. I've never been one to give that type of a message or try to spread that. Maybe I'll get over it, guys. But I just went through torment and hell, and it's giving me nightmares.
Oh, good afternoon, good evening. I just totally killed my intro, but that's okay. I don't know how that happened. So we'll just go ahead and go right into the show. Welcome, everybody. It's already been enough time anyway. Earth Magic 7, thank you for joining me in the chat. One of the new members of the channel, which anybody can do by hitting that join button on a desktop computer. That will help support the channel's growth. Or you can visit one of the shops. All those links are in the description box below. Got an exciting guest tonight, Miss Dani Marie from AUC. I'll just say it for now, and I'll let her give us all the details on that as we go. So we'll be talking a little bit about albinism and how that has affected her and how she's started her own website, YouTube channel. Now she's going to start stores so you can get your own merch. So that'll be awesome. So thank you, Dani, for joining me. How you doing?
I'm great. Don't tell people about the stores yet.
It was kind of funny. Oh, welcome, Agent. Agent is also a new member. You sent me a link before the show got started, and it just blew my mind. She tried to Google my store on Cafe Press and came up with a very, very interesting search result. And I think I may kind of bite that idea and use it in some way. So that'll be great.
You should do it.
Oh, DeMarco. Hey, DeMarco, you should be watching. Just saying. So anyway, Dani, why don't you tell us a little bit about... let's start with the blindness aspect. Although I think those kind of tie together, don't they?
They do. So I have albinism. The type I have is called oculocutaneous albinism, which just really means it affects my eyes and my skin and hair and stuff. So I'm really pale. I don't have pigment. But we can talk about that in a minute. Okay. The vision part of it is, first of all, it's a genetic condition. And the vision part of it means basically that my optic nerve didn't develop fully and something in my eye called the fovea didn't develop fully, which is responsible for like really fine central vision. So I have like really poor acuity basically. So I'm what would be considered low vision. I've been legally blind like my entire life. So I was born this way, like I said. My vision before correction is somewhere around like 2800, if you guys are familiar with that whole number system.
Yeah,
I figured most of these guys are, but it corrects to around 2400 in like good lighting. But I also have photophobia or light sensitivity, so it can be pretty tricky outside or in bright lights. So my vision is severely affected by sunlight and super bright indoor lights, fluorescent lighting, and things like that.
That's interesting they call it photophobia. You'd think it would be a fear of light. That's weird.
I think I made a joke about that in my video that's going up in a couple weeks.
YouTuber who's scared of the light.
Yes. I don't know why they picked that terminology, honestly. I think it's weird. Like, you've got, arachnophobia, agoraphobia, and all that stuff. And then, oh, here we go, photophobia.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to assume that's fear of the light, but it's not.
That is weird. I'm guessing this is one of your fans. Robert Davis is in the chat. Welcome, Robert. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's my fiance.
Right on. Much appreciated, showing support. So, one of the stats was 1 in 18 to 1 to 20,000 people actually have albinism. And like you said, there's a wide range of different types of albinism. You want to talk about those, the differences?
Yeah, so one, we have oculocutaneous albinism. We'll just call it OCA because that's a really long word. Um, Inside that type of albinism, there's like tons of different levels. So people have like all kinds of levels of pigment and eyesight and like eye conditions. So I'm like on the fair end of the spectrum. So I'm about as pale as I've seen, and my hair's about as white as I've seen also. So like my hair is very white, platinum blonde. My eyelashes and like eyebrows and stuff like that is all white too. So stands out a lot. But people can look all the way from like me up to like fairly normal dark blonde, dirty blonde hair. I've seen some with close to brown hair almost, so it's really fascinating.
Normal.
Yeah, right. Right, normal. What's that? Oh, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but like, yeah, go up to like brown hair almost, and then you've got a whole different type called ocular albinism, which mostly just affects people's eyes. So they have all the same eye conditions that people with OCA have, but without all the pigment issues and things like that. So,
what are some of those eye conditions? And Joshua is in the chat as well, fellow.
Yeah.
I don't. He said from the albinism group, I guess.
He is.
So,
Yeah.
welcome.
He is.
Thank you for watching. So, what kind of eye conditions can you actually get? I know. So, if you're losing the pigment, obviously you pretty much have lack of color in the iris, right?
Yes. So I do not have, me personally, I'm going to talk about me personally. Yeah, I don't have very much pigment in mine at all. So that's what makes me so photosensitive. And my eyes are like a purple color. That varies too, of course. People have like gray eyes all the way up to like hazel and like darker eyes and stuff. So it's like a huge spectrum. But the eye conditions are, like I said, the optic nerve doesn't develop well. So we have varying levels of that, but what that means is basically the eyes don't work together like they're supposed to. You know, like normally you'll have like binocular vision and your eyes will work together to give you that cool image, like with your depth of field and depth perception. That's the word. But most of us don't have very good depth perception because our optic nerves weren't formed right. So there's that. Other conditions are like nystagmus is a big one for most of us. So like the shaking of the eyes, left, right, up or down, whatever variant that, you know, whatever variant we have. Also, I know me personally, I had crossed eyes as a kid really bad when I was born. So I had, I think 3 surgeries to correct the muscles in my eyes. So I wasn't seeing double or anything.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't remember seeing double, but I probably did at one point because they were really bad. The pictures, I mean, they're extreme. But like looking in toward each other. But what else? Lazy eye is another one I know I had, and a lot of us have had, where like one eye just is worse than the other, or sometimes it'll veer off in another direction. It just doesn't work with the other one. So I don't know. Am I forgetting anything?
Yeah, lazy eyes are always interesting. I was like, what are they doing? Like, do you see something that much more interesting than what I'm focused on?
I mean, I wish it worked that way. You could like be looking at one thing over to your left and like another thing over to your right. Like that would be awesome.
Right. Like what are the? Is that a gecko? Not a gecko, but maybe it is a gecko. It's got the eyes that kind of pivot independently and they can see 360 degrees basically.
I don't know.
Oh man.
Somebody should let us know.
Yeah. Anyway, so when did you start having the vision issues, or has that always been there?
Yeah, I was always like from birth. All of this happened. So.
Okay, so you've been tiptoeing to the dark side for quite some time then.
I live in the dark side.
Let's see, Isaac Weaver, Whitewater.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine too.
Welcome, Isaac.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for coming in. Oh, look at the average blind guy. You're not first tonight. Buddy. But I am going to offer a prize from my store regarding the loyalty points, the galactic credits. So you guys need to stay tuned for that. Play the games in the chat, earn points, and the first person to a certain point level will get a prize. So keep that in mind, everybody. Isaac says chameleon. The eyes, they stick out of the head. They're kind of conical shaped. They look like they got a little indentation where the iris would be. I don't think it's chameleon, bro. No. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so when did you start getting into the whole breaking through? Because I know growing up that must have been something to deal with, having albinism. I mean, it's it's in your face, stares, jokes, all that
definitely.
great stuff.
Yeah. We talked about getting called Q-tip. I think, was that you?
Oh my! I got that all the time, and I don't even have albinism. By the way, people, I'm just that pale.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the weirdest things I've been called. I got called a grandma when I was 16 because I guess that guy was blinder than I was. Because really, come on.
Was it just probably because of the hair? Just assumed.
Yeah, it was the hair. He just looked at the hair and went, "Okay, grandma." I'm like, "Okay, like whatever, dude." People are weird, man. But yeah, I mean, standing out was weird. I was not like a big person who wanted to stand out when I was a kid, so it was weird. Everybody was like, "Hey, there's Danielle. Hey, Danielle." They would all remember me because, I mean, I'm super white, hard to miss, and pretty easy to remember for that reason. So, it was weird. I used to hate, like, being in the spotlight. Like, I have my music, and I hated doing that and getting on stage and doing that just because I hated being in the spotlight where people are always trying to like talk to you and you didn't know who they were. I think that maybe was part of it too, because people would scream your name and say, "Hey, so and so," and you're just like, "Hey, whoever you are, 20 feet away from me. I don't know who you are," but
yeah, that's gonna be kind of a mental twist in a way, because obviously having albinism, that's a visual thing. Plus, if you're a performer, you're also the focus of attention anyway. So adding that on top of it, you're like, what are they really interested in right now? That's gonna be a little bit of a twist.
Oh no, that comes up too. The weird messages, yeah. The weird questions, like, "Are you single?" Like, because they're just there to like, because I look different. They're not there because of whatever I'm doing or saying. They're just there because I look like a new interesting toy.
Yeah.
So So
check out the Final Fantasy character on stage.
Yeah. Nice reference.
Oh, yeah, Gina's in the chat. Welcome, Gina. Thanks for coming by.
Gina's another friend of mine.
Right on.
So glad you're here.
So what was the weirdest question you've got dealing with albinism?
Not safe for work.
Okay, the second weird. Okay, well, the most safest for work weirdest question you've gotten.
I'm gonna have to think about this. I don't know, honestly. All the usual stuff. Like, "Oh, did you dye your hair that way? Is that natural?" Like things like that. But I don't know what the only weird one I can think of is the one really weird one. So,
has there anything been like something where you say to yourself afterwards, like, where does this person's common sense?
All the time.
Yeah, we get that with the whole blindness thing.
Everybody does. Like, "Oh, can't you just wear glasses?" Like, I'm wearing glasses. It looks like they work.
I always tease, I don't know if you've heard it yet, but I always tease Jason about scratching and sniffing the screen. It's this huge joke. You guys will have to go back and watch one of his videos when he goes to Costco. And he's looking at something up really, really close, and the cashier basically says, "Does it smell good?" I'm like, dude, come on, really? No. So, yeah.
I don't think I've gotten that comment.
Oh, man. When I was first losing my sight when I was 23, I had the whole low vision thing, then the tunnel vision, and then cataracts and glaucoma. So I went through a huge stage of 2015 to blank nothing, and the whole spectrum in between. And so I kind of understand having to squint or get as close as possible or as far away as possible to be able to see things. It was just, it was so frustrating for me. I ended up just closing my eyes the whole time. Before I even lost my sight totally. So it's not fun, that aspect of it.
Yeah. It's a lot of change at once though too, probably. So
oh yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like having my sight and then losing it. Like, that's the other end of the spectrum. That's really crazy for me to imagine, because like you could drive and like I'm like, I wish I could drive, because there's always this sense of feeling trapped when you can't drive. So
yeah. Can I get a ride?
Yeah, that sigh.
Yeah. Do we
I've
have
heard
to
that
go
sigh so many
now?
times. My God, like I have to be there at this time. Like, okay, I'm going. Like, okay, you don't have to make it so terrible. So sorry.
Yeah, really.
That one gets me. That's my biggest thing right now.
Agent said that her cousin inherited a condition that made her hair turn white in her 20s.
Interesting.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Frosty. How you doing? Me and Frosty go way back. So are you into photography, or was that just an article that I didn't read the whole article about? I mean, was that just about photophobia? Or are you an actual photographer as well?
So I'm not a photographer.
Okay.
I like to take pictures, yes, but I'm not I'm like an amateur.
Okay.
But I did write an article about photophobia. That may have been what you saw.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then now you've got your website. You want to talk about that, the AUC?
Oh yeah, man. Okay, so AUC is Albinism Up Close. So I wanted to make like a funny pun, easy to remember name. So my logo is literally AUC, and the C looks like a magnifying glass.
Oh, cool.
I love it so much. Yeah. So pretty much what I want to do on that website is just spread awareness and like show everybody that people with albinism, we're different, but we can do like so many of the things everybody else does and things we can't do, but we just do them differently, just like anybody in the blind community too. But I write articles on struggles, how I deal with them, tips and tricks. I write about like blonde hair and dye and things like that too, because that's a factor of albinism. But I mean, it's been fun. It's been a fun project. I've got a lot of good feedback, and I'm just really happy that it is out there.
I remember you mentioned somewhere too about trying to match foundation too, like makeup wise. Like how does that work? How can you do that?
So how can I do that as a person with low vision?
No,
like
just,
because I'm so pale?
Just because you're so pale. Like how is there makeup out there?
So there is makeup out there, but it's fun sometimes. Like you'll go to one line of makeup and they'll have a shade that'll be like 5 shades darker than me, and then another makeup line will have one that's actually closer to my shade. And on occasion, I have found a few that mostly look natural on me, but again, it's like really hard because so with makeup, there's this whole thing of undertones, and like I'm a cool undertone, so most light makeup seems to be yellow undertone. So if I put that on, it makes me look sick. So that's another challenge in itself.
Plus,
so
I would imagine you
know
have to dye your hair as well then. Otherwise,
if I wanted to do that. I love dyeing my hair actually. Right now it's got purple in the tips. I don't think you can see it on camera. My camera's not wide enough. But yeah, the tips are purple. And yeah, I always think the dye kind of adds color to my face, so I don't look so washed out. Because, you know, back in the day, everybody took photos with flash.
Oh, yeah.
And so I basically became a giant white blob with red eyes, which is always great for that stereotype of people with albinism being like demons and things. So that's a stereotype if you guys don't know.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, wait a second. No, I've never actually heard that.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of shady stuff going on in Africa with people with albinism. Like literally, there are witch doctors who are taking these children and adults with albinism and literally taking their body parts and using them for some kind of ritual or something, grinding them up for some magic. Yeah, that's not even a lie.
That's crazy.
It's absurd. It's absurd, yeah. So yeah, and then we have magical powers, so that's where that comes from. Witch doctors in Africa. Thanks for that.
Huh? I'll be damned. What kind of powers? I mean, I got my own special powers, but what kind of powers do albinism people have?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what they think we have. Oh no, but I need some. I need some. I want to fly. That's what everybody says, right?
I don't know if I want to fly. I'd probably run into a building. I would ask for my sight back first and then want to fly.
Be like, my superpowers, I have 20/20 vision. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be an easy choice. Okay, let's be real here. I'm not one of those, like, I wouldn't ask for my sight back if I could. No, I'm not one of those people. I would gladly take good vision.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't get that either. But anyway, your website. Now, you did that yourself, right?
Yeah, I did.
You constructed it, and you also said you host your own server, or you have a server and you just host your own website?
No, I host through another company. I do not have a server. I live in Mississippi. The internet is not reliable enough to host a server, like seriously. So, but yeah, I did it myself. It was great. WordPress, .org. I love it.
Are you self-taught, or did you go through some kind of class for that?
No, I went to the class The Internet.
Nice. Yep.
So, yeah, YouTube, articles, all of that stuff. It was great.
Yeah, WordPress has come a long way as far as accessibility goes too. I've noticed.
Yeah. I don't know how it works with screen readers though. Like that's something I don't like. That's not my area. So.
It works actually really well if you use the classic editor. I think I mentioned that somewhere in one of the groups, but
yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
So what else do you got going on? Do you do like public speaking as well?
Oh no. I don't know how people who are like legally blind do public speaking. Like I legitimately want who drives you around everywhere? Like
it's super easy to imagine everybody in their underwear, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, there's that.
You don't ever have to get nervous on stage.
Yeah, my thing is always like the bright lights because the photophobia. When I've been on stage a few times, I'm always in my sunglasses, so it always feels weird. You know, can't see everybody anyway, especially with the sunglasses on and the bright lights. So I guess that's cool. It's cool.
So how quickly, having no pigment, obviously you're going to have an effect with sunlight. So how long do you get?
Oh man, I didn't even think to mention that. Yeah, so bright sunlight, like 30 minutes, but like I was in the car for an hour, 2 hours maybe the other day, and like had sunburn on my scalp and like on the side of my face. So, and it was cloudy all day too, so it sucks. I didn't take anything to cover up with, I guess. That's my bad.
And welcome, Kimberly. How about your eyes and specifically the sun affecting your eyes as far as direct sunlight?
Oh yeah, so my photophobia is pretty severe. So like I said, my vision corrects with glasses to like 2400, which is still well past legally blind. But outside it gets a lot worse. Like I'm squinting a lot, so like my field of vision is impaired a lot. So half the time I'm looking down at my feet or somebody else's feet who's walking in front of me, things like that. So there's a lot of that going on, and a lot of things when it comes to things that aren't like high contrast. So like stairs that aren't marked well, or going from like a sunny area to a shadowy area. Like I struggle with those areas too. So it's a lot of areas, honestly.
So you don't use a cane?
I do. Okay. In new areas. I don't use it everywhere, and well, it's usually because I'm not alone when I go somewhere, honestly. But like when I travel alone, which I have a few times, I do use a cane. I have yet to get training with a cane though. I was supposed to do that before this whole COVID stuff hit, so
oh yeah,
I'm still waiting on that.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna check up the chat really quick. Modus is here. Welcome, Modus. There's Streamless, Frosty. Yeah, Earth Magic says a lot of people ask a lot of questions to make you go,
They do.
Yeah, sometimes you can't help just to turn away and just pretend that part of your life never happened.
This is true.
I've heard about that, says Mr. Frosty. Oh, OMG, that's messed up. Earth Magic says. I'm not quite sure what part.
Probably the Africa part.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense because then Mr. Frosty says it's all... Where'd it go? It's all fear-based, like most of the horrible things in the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, you look different. You must be magical and evil.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
There's Later, Mr. Frosty. Thanks for stopping by. We got to do a show sometime. Don't forget Earth Magic. Ignorance and fear. Yes. Okay, so caught up there. Now, what else interesting do you have going on besides, being blind? I mean, that's probably the coolest thing. Plus, albinism. That's like 2 dings right there.
Well, they're kind of like related because like I'm blind because I have albinism, so there's that. But what else cool do I have going on? Like I write music and stuff. I guess that's my my go-to thing. I mean, I don't perform anywhere right now. I mean, even before this lockdown and stuff. But I used to. I really enjoyed it, and I kind of miss it, honestly.
Which instruments do you play?
I play guitar and I sing.
Okay.
So, yeah. You guys can find my music on YouTube if you want to look hard enough.
Oh, you asked the Google Master. Nobody gets away with non-facts on my shows. That's kind of what I'm known for. That's why when you said I'm going to check the stat on the 1 to 17,000, I was like, I don't have to say anything. She's going to look it up. Good.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't like to lie.
So, music, and then also, you made a comment the other day that just blew my mind. You built your own computer. I was like, wow.
I did.
Awesome.
I did. Gosh, 3 years ago? This year is going to be 3 years. I cannot believe it was so long ago. Oh my gosh. It was so fun, like truly. The whole process of picking out which parts I wanted and like putting them together and picking out how I wanted the case to look and things like that. Like, it was a blast. I feel like it was months and months of like preparing. So it was good.
I've always wanted to get a clear case, but a metal, like brushed aluminum type of industrial steel type of corner casing, and then have a red glow coming out of it.
Oh man, that's easy to set up.
Oh, I know. I just got to do it. I just got an XPS, so at least now I can do it.
Yeah.
When did you get into building computers?
How did I get into it? I had an uncle who did that kind of stuff, honestly. Well, I have an uncle, I should say. He did that kind of stuff, just computer engineering and things like that. And I guess that kind of got me thinking, like, it would be really cool to build your own computer. And then, of course, I dived into the land of YouTube where you can find anything. And got hooked for like a year straight on all these guys who build PCs and like test them. And like, it was a little bit of an obsession for a while. But I learned what I needed to learn to build my own computer. So, I mean, I guess it worked out.
That's really cool. So what are you running right now?
So I'm trying to remember what one. It's an i5. It was the first i5 that they came out with that had 6 cores instead of 4. So I remember being super excited. I think it's the set. I don't know. I can't remember what series it is. Whatever. It's fine. But yeah, I got an i5, 6 cores, 16 gigs of RAM. I think it's 3200 RAM, and I've just got a GTX 1050 in it, which is like not the best graphics card, but it'll play some like really basic stuff if I wanted to, and it probably speeds up my tiny video editing that I do. So that's good. It's good. It does what I need.
Right on.
Yeah.
Earth Magic, the reason why you only have 41 galactic points is because we reset all the points, because I got a little point happy when I first got Streamlabs to actually work, so I gave everybody like 1,000,000 galactic credits. But anyway, so like I was saying earlier in the show, I'm going to be doing a prize giveaway when the first person gets to a certain credit amount. I'm not sure, I haven't decided on that. I'm going to use this show and the next show to kind of test to see how far people get in points, and then make a little giveaway at the end of that run, or whenever someone gets to a certain point level. I haven't decided yet, but we'll get to that. So hardware person, how about software? Do you code or program?
I learned some basic HTML and CSS, but that's mostly it.
From what I hear, Python, I've tried playing around with Python. It is accessible using VoiceOver, so that's really cool.
Yeah. I think most of those programs are pretty accessible for low vision too, because I mean you can enlarge it and color code everything to where it's very high contrast. So to me, and my experience with it was pretty good.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover the chat really quick. Earth Magic is gambling her credits away.
Oh man.
Robert says, I can vouch for all the research she did. Tons of YouTube videos. Oh, the YouTube rabbit hole is deep, people. Like, you could have just a simple idea, and then anybody who researches anything at any extent of time will know, like, a 2-minute search could have you on the computer for at least 4 hours. No problem.
Yes.
Going deeper and deeper.
Oh, it goes on and on forever too. Like YouTube's been around for so long now that like you can find anything.
Oh, yeah. There's some crazy stuff out there. I know.
It's amazing, honestly.
That. Modus. Damn. I bet I got 0. Well, no, Modus, if you've been here, so how it works, Modus, just so you know, is every, I forgot, agent can actually tell you what the point to time ratio is. Every amount of interval that you're around, you'll get so many points for it. Oh, hey, there's Connie George. Welcome, Connie. So if you guys also have any questions for Dani here, go ahead and put those in the chat. We'll get to those shortly. When did you start your YouTube channel? Speaking of YouTube.
This month.
Everything revolves around YouTube. If you don't have YouTube,
yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited. You have no idea. Fun. Like seriously.
It's a lot of fun.
I really thought it was gonna be tedious. Like I thought, I'm gonna have to come up with all these ideas. I've got a good list already.
Nice.
And I'm gonna have to shoot these videos, and I'm gonna be so nervous talking to the camera. And oh gosh, I need lighting, but light hurts my eyes. Like all these little things I was so worried about. And now like every step I took, pieces just kind of fit together. Mm-hmm. Like I ended up getting a new camera and finding a bundle that had one of those Rode shotgun mics too, nice. With it, and I was so excited. I'm like, this is perfect. It's meant to be. That's
awesome. Yeah, the shotgun mic's really good.
Yeah. And I mean, so far it sounds pretty good. I'm not complaining. It beats setting up my like condenser mics and my audio interface where I'm filming, and it makes it easier. Plus, if I want to shoot video anywhere else, it's going to be a huge lifesaver.
Did you use that microphone for your intro video?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
That does sound really good.
Yeah. Fit pretty good for an amateur, huh? But yeah. I'm just glad it's not the camera mic, because those, they sound atrocious. Like, they're super noisy.
Yeah. And you can't pick up everything. Anything with it in post-production.
Yeah. You can try, but... It's gonna just sound over-processed and like way too compressed, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought editing would be a pain too. I was really not looking forward to it. And then I got in the program, and I was like, how do I do this basic thing? Like, how do I put in a cut? Mm-hmm. I had to literally Google how to put in a cut. I felt like such an idiot, but then I figured it out, and I'm like, this is great. And I added music into my second video with a little intro, little card, and I was like, okay, I'm on my way.
Which software do you use for editing?
I have Adobe Premiere Elements.
That's right. Yeah, once you get into, I don't know, do you have the package for Adobe? Because sometimes it comes with After Effects. Oh, okay.
So no. I actually bought a bundle that had Premiere Elements and Photoshop Elements, which is like their sort of, I want to say dumbed down, because it has a lot of the same.
Uh-oh, we lost you. Oh, we have a Skype. There we go. You're back.
Did it come back? Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, it's probably my internet. It's been acting weird lately, so. But yeah, the bundle came with the Elements versions of those two programs, Photoshop and Premiere, and they're basically like I don't want to say like beginner, because they have a lot of the same features that the pro ones do, but they have like less cloud stuff, and they don't have all the big like bells and whistles, but they will get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was a good deal. Everything worked out.
Right on.
It's meant to be.
So what is your YouTube channel primarily going to be covering?
So I kind of want to go like lifestyle with it, but with some informative stuff. So you guys were talking the other day in your stream about people like Molly Burke and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not Molly Burke, obviously. I don't do fashion and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I want to do a mix of like informative, like my first big video that I put up was all about albinism and the types and stuff like that. I've got one coming up on photophobia specifically in a couple weeks. And like the next one, I want to do like some fun stuff too. So the next one I have coming up is actually about COVID. And it's about all the challenges of being legally blind during like social distancing. So you'll understand that one. Like there's some laughs in there. There's some mention of like serious things, like things to look out for. Like if somebody with a guide dog or with a cane comes up to you, like they don't see you there, they don't know you're there, they don't know how far 6 feet is in general. Like I don't know how far 6 feet is half the time, and I I have low vision, so it's a lot of me poking fun at myself too. So I want to do a lot of that. I want it to be fun and like light with some like serious information mixed in.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know what you need? You need a social distancing stick. Have you seen mine?
No, what is it?
Would you like to see my social distancing stick?
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna need this, whatever it is. I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
That looks serious.
It's very serious.
It's heavy. Oh, of course. Okay. I didn't even realize that's what it was.
I show this thing off
Fantastic.
as much as I can, anytime I can, because it's awesome. Actually, Jason sent it to me, so much love to Jason for that.
Yeah. I like to stream. I checked him out the other day. Or no, it was earlier today. So good. So good.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that blind thing and social distancing, it's kind of interesting. I haven't had a problem with it yet. I don't know if it's just out here in California where people just don't care about COVID or what, but we don't have, I mean, everybody's wearing masks for the most part, yeah, but they're not afraid of people. Like, oh my God, you must have COVID. Even though the numbers are mostly going down, but still, it's just like, I don't know. Obviously, it's different in every area of how serious people are taking it.
Yeah. It's definitely different here. Nobody's given me any issues. I'm usually with somebody when I go out shopping or anything, though, because of the whole driving situation, but nobody's given me any trouble about it. It's just, I don't know, a lot of things that people don't talk about, I think they need to be addressed, so I thought I'd have some fun with it and, do that.
For example?
Yeah. For example, finding the entrance to stores. Okay, so I struggle to find the entrances to stores on a good day, especially with the sun out. But now you've got these like metal barriers. Sometimes they're like homemade barriers. Like I've seen some that are like buckets with rocks and sticks in them, and little like the equivalent of crime scene tape, but in a supermarket.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? The ribbon.
Yeah, the aisle ropes or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah.
But not the good ones, the
No, of
disposable
course not.
kind. It's like crappy ribbon. But yeah, that'll be some of the entrances to like guide you to where to get in line. And I'm like, I won't see that until I literally walk into it. So that's one thing. And then, the tape or whatever they put on the ground to tell you, hey, this is 6 feet apart. Like, first of all, I swear half of those I've seen are not even equal distances apart.
No.
So it's very confusing.
Yeah, you need to be able to read numbers on a tape measure before you actually put it down.
I mean, you have a good point. But yeah, stuff like that, like the signs on the doors, like half of the signs are handwritten too, which is just 10 times worse. So just like all kinds of stuff like that. I have like 6 big main topics that I go over in my video. It's coming out next Monday.
Nice.
If anyone's interested. So.
Yeah, we'll definitely check that out.
I'm excited about that one.
That should be fun. Going to the chat right now. Oh, Crazy Blind Man, welcome. It's 3:30 a.m. in the UK. Welcome.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Earth Magic is starting up a Jedi heist.
We'll do it. Do it.
Kimberly says, love the music to the music addition to the second video. Now that we know that you're a musician, you should do your own for your videos.
Okay, so I thought about that, but my recording quality is not up to par with putting it into the background of something, and it's just guitar and vocals, so I'm gonna upload some more of my music sometime, I swear. I keep saying that, and it's not a lie, I swear. But so on my music channel there is a COVID parody if anyone is fine with vulgarity and humor. So check it out.
Right on. I'll have to find that.
Yeah, it's I think it's Dani Marie music. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look because it's Danielle Marie or Dani Marie music. It's one of the two.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look now. It's gonna bug me. So.
Modus says, "Wow, Dani, you're cute. Just read your about page and subbed." Modus is a good guy. I've
Appreciate
known Modus
it.
for a long time.
He just said you're cute first, and I'm like, oh no, where's this going? I mean, you know, you never know, really. Let's be real here. You should see my DMs on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
It's entertaining.
2020. Yes, original music would be awesome, says Earth Magic.
Oh, is that it? No, that's not it. My bad. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone. I can't even find it. I'm so not popular that I don't even show up in the search for my own name. I have that level of popularity.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Robert says Walmart and the directional shopping arrows. I heard about this. Like, you've got actual aisles, like traffic lanes in stores.
That's in my video too, yes. Oh my gosh. So I make a terrible joke that that they're like literally 5 feet from my face and I can't read them. So thank God they're color coded. like green for go and red for no. But you know, people don't listen anyway. They just do their own thing.
Yeah.
See Walmart, nobody cares.
Is Mississippi talking about opening up again soon? Because I know this beginning of this week, we've had a lot of businesses started opening up again. Except LA.
Mississippi is pretty much, I won't say open, but there are salons that are open, so it's mostly open. Let's be real here. They're like trying to regulate everyone's behavior, like still social distance, still wear your mask, but
yeah,
people are not cooperative. Just say that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find my.
Plus, they're
music
getting
channel.
just really being tired of. Jason and I talked about this several times. The whole psychological game that it plays with your head. Like, yeah, you can't go out. You got to do this when you go out, and it really messes with your head in the sense that.
Yeah.
I usually don't go out anyway. That's why I'm so pale, people. I don't get that much sun. That's how often I don't go out. But now that I can't go out, it's like I want to go out.
Right, every night, like.
Yeah.
I want to go get some food. Where's food?
Yeah.
It's me. My life revolves around food. So for you, those of you who don't know, like, it's all about that.
Earth says, yeah, no, I couldn't do travel and social distancing myself right now. Or if I tried, whatever. Motor says for reals. Yeah, Streamlabs is really cool because I don't have to worry about bothering people with links throughout the show. It just automatically goes up into the chat, so that's really cool. It takes a little bit off of the pressure of live streaming. Like, remember to talk about this during your intro. Remember to bring this up during whatever. So what do you got planned coming up as far as like the direction or your goal for your channel?
Goal, like overall goal. I don't know. I kind of want to spread awareness. Like, I mean that. I mean, I guess that's a major goal, is to spread awareness, like so people know what albinism is, and they're not like freaked out about it, and they're not like, you know, and about the blind community too, because I mean, there's still a lot of stigma about being blind. I experienced that myself. So, but that's its topic on its own. So, you know what I mean.
I was gonna ask.
You've been there.
Yeah. I've gotten more crap from people in my community than not. So yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Do all people, and what's the correct term to say, like if you have albinism?
Do not say that. Oh, anything with that. No, albinism, just albinism.
Okay, so albinism. Do all people with albinism have eye conditions or eye issues?
As far as I know, yes, but the severity varies hugely. Like, some people have like my end of the spectrum and worse, and then some people have all the way up to like 20/40, 20/60 corrected. So the spectrum is like, it's humongous.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating. People don't get that either. That whole blindness is a spectrum thing goes right over people's heads. And it's like, oh, what? You're blind, but you're looking at, you know all about that too. I've seen you talk about it. So it's rough. It's rough.
I had a boss that was so ignorant. It's like, I don't get it. You either can see or you can't. Just wait till you get old, dude.
Right.
Then you'll understand.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see. People are so black and white sometimes. Like, they can't see anything but one side or the other. Like, you're one thing or you're the other thing. And you can't be anything in between because that's too confusing. Okay.
Yep.
You live your life. I'll be over here living mine. You know. We all know people like that.
Yeah. So what is something you would like my viewers to know specifically about albinism and blindness, or whatever?
I think what I just said about it being a spectrum, because that's just, I mean, you might have seen albinism or like an albino animal or something, because people love sharing those, but like people probably don't know in general that there is visual impairment that comes with it. And they most definitely don't know that it's such a huge spectrum. Like, somebody can have albinism and drive, and then somebody can be like on the other end of the spectrum and, you know, have a guide dog and a cane or whatever, you know, whatever a person chooses to use. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, is getting that out there that, hey, it's not just one thing or the other. It doesn't just come in one shape, color, size. It also comes in all kinds of races and ethnicities. That's also a big thing too that people don't think about. Like, I've been asked what race I am. I've been asked what gender I am. People are really weird, man. Like, that's one of the weird questions I've been asked, I guess.
I will say, when I was really young, I used to think that albino meant you were a race of people from like some far northern Canadian place.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have been asked not once, but twice if I was Albanian. Not Albino.
Oh, Albanian. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on a second. We gotta get, please be the right one. There we go. That's my nuclear face palm right there. Albania. Wow.
The first time somebody asked me that, it took me a minute to even realize what they were asking me. I'm like, why do Albanians look a certain way? I mean, I thought they were just white people. Like, I'm very confused. The second time, of course, I caught on, but two separate people thinking that albino and Albanian were like
the same
thing. Like, I don't need that one blows my mind.
Yeah. Where did albino, that word, come from anyway? Because that doesn't, to me, when I hear albino, for some reason I get a little cringy tinge in the back of my mind. I don't know why.
You know, a lot of people consider that word offensive.
Really?
So we'll go there, I guess. Yeah. Also, like, it's really big in like the albinism communities and stuff. They're very like person first. Like, with any disorder, like, you're not a blind guy, you're a guy who is blind. And it's the same with people with albinism. They're very big on, like, you're a person with albinism. There's an acronym for it. PWA. I don't care. Yeah, I know, right?
Sounds like a raven saying. Oh, could you imagine an albino raven? That'd be kind of cool.
It sounds like something Edgar Allan Poe would write a poem about. That would be an epic poem.
Yes, it would.
The albino raven. Somebody write that. Okay.
I'm on it.
You do it. I'm sure there's some poets around here. But,
yes, me.
Yeah, you? Okay. You write poetry for real?
Yeah. I got a whole blog on
very
it.
Cool. Oh,
I've been writing since I was like 6 or so.
Very cool. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to link it to me later.
But Poe is awesome.
Poe's classic to me.
Yeah.
So dark. I love it. What were we talking about? I swear I was going to say something else.
Albino, the word, person first.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I was going to say that I don't care, honestly. Like, it doesn't... I will introduce myself as albino because that's, like, the term people know. They know, oh, there's animals who are albino and things like that. So I'm just like, I'm albino, whatever. I mean, as long as nobody's screaming at me across the room negatively, like, hey, you albino girl, which totally has happened before. But as long as nobody's doing that to me, like, I don't care. It's just a word.
Yeah, so. I tend to... words sometimes sound different than what they mean in my head. And albino is one of those... When I hear albino, I think of... this is gonna be embarrassing, but I think of like a Yeti or
Yes.
or a snowman or something. You know, like some mythical hairy creature. I don't know. Just albino. The word, I don't know. The word just sounds like some kind of beast.
If you could see my picture right now, I am the embodiment of a mythical beast. Just kidding. I have just like long
hair.
Yeah, the purple tipped hair, like it's curly and it's kind of bit. Yeah. I can cut it out of frame, you know, we can. No, that's lame. Okay. But really, I have this friend who is albino also, and that's his like tag name is what is he? Is it like albino Yeti or something? I don't. Nice. It's Yeti something, and it cracked me up when you said that. And they were like, our emoji when we chat on occasion is the snowman. So we always joke about that.
That's funny.
It's a great joke. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I put out an article talking about the word blindy.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, so many people took offense to the word blindy. I'm like, what? And most of them weren't even blind. I mean, there was a few people in the blind community that took offense to it. It's like...
That happens in the albinism community too. Like, it'll be parents and they'll just like jump on you.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
They're just words.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, for real. I'm with you. I'm blind, legally blind, low vision, any of that stuff. Albino, person with albinism, like, I don't care.
Yeah, people's black and white syndrome can be quite annoying. Thinking albinism only applies to one race, for instance, says it with Magic 7.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to ask. You said that. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Like, I've been asked if I was African American, and I'm like,
really?
Is it because the people you've seen who are obviously albino people are African American? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't have African American features. So I don't know. Like, what's your deal? Like, why do you want to know? Also, I don't know. Like, also that's funny when I get DMs sometimes, and I've gotten a few from people who are people with albinism, and they'll message me and they'll ask me what my race is too, and I'm like, I'm white. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
What is it? At that point, I have to wonder, like, what does it matter? In this part of the conversation, what does race have to do with anything? Are you trying to do some paper for a college study or something? Like, certain races suffer more from albinism or something? I don't know. Like, why does that come up? I don't get it.
I think it goes back to black and white thinking. Like, people like labels, and they like people to fit in nice little boxes.
Yeah.
And, nobody fits in that box, so... But people like to think they do. You know,
that's funny you said that, because the other day, DeMarco put in that thing, like, where are you from or whatever, and what's your what's your sign? I'm like, Cancer cusp. You ain't labeling me.
Do it. I saw that. You were the only one who bothered talking about cusp signs.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Agent asks, Dani, will the vision you have remain?
Yes, until I get old, and then I get old people vision failure. All the things that happen when you're old will still happen to me. Just like, I didn't mention this either, but like, people with albinism have all the eye conditions that come with albinism, but they can also be like nearsighted, farsighted, or have astigmatism too. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is like, so albinism has its own eye conditions, but imagine on top of that, let's say you get glaucoma or cataracts or RP or Stargardt.
Oh, I cannot even imagine a person with albinism also getting something like RP or Stargardt's, because that's just rough.
Oh man, speaking of Stargardt's, Independently Blind is in the chat, and he says, y'all look the same to me.
Damn. Keep it real, okay?
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, I know. Albino means white in Latin. It's kind of like what's the one in Spanish? Oh, I was just talking about this either. Bianca or whatever. Bianca. The white lady of Florida. Remember I mentioned that?
No.
Albanian
I don't.
people. Agent says Albanian people are the opposite albino people. I don't get that. The opposite. Albino people.
I don't know. You scroll through.
Albanian people are the opposite. I don't get that, Agent. Sorry. Oh, albus is the origin. Cool. I love etymology too, so thank you for that, actually. I appreciate that.
Wait, what does it mean? Oh, there it is. White. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you just said. Okay. I got you. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. Brings up Harry Potter vibes. I'm like, yes.
Maybe that's why I think you're an actual, like, snow yeti monster mythical beast.
Wizard.
With
Wizard.
Wizard, yeah. With platinum hair.
Yes, please. Somebody make me a wizard now. I'm ready. Send me my letter, Hogwarts.
Yeah, right. I have seen those, Agent. She just said there are albino peacocks, and I do remember seeing those in a zoo one time. That was interesting.
They are really cool. I have never seen one in person, but the pictures of them are really beautiful.
Yeah.
I did see a real peacock, like a real peacock. Albino peacocks are fake. Okay, sorry.
It's a government conspiracy to fool you guys.
Fake news. Okay.
Fake news.
No, but I did see a real peacock. Oh my god, there I go again. A regular colored peacock in a small zoo one time up really close, and it was so cool. They are just fascinating when you watch them like flap out their giant plume of feathers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it makes a sound.
Yep. Agent says she loves your hair, by the way. Oh, I thought that was a disconnect. Anyway, there she is. She's back. Oh no, was that a dropped call? Hold on.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. I was just
Oh my
saying
God.
that Agent says she loves your hair.
Yeah, I didn't realize Agent was a chick, so.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Thanks.
My crazy blind man, his stepdaughter has the condition.
Really?
Plus a really long run-on sentence. Sorry, crazy blind man. Streamlabs, 81, Streamlabs, Modus. Well, she is married, Modus, so just saying. He says he loves chicks with glasses, just saying kiss mark or something, or blowing kissy face or whatever.
I saw that. I chose not to acknowledge it.
Albinism, LOL, agency. I'm low vision if my glasses are off. Yeah, you know what? Like, there is nobody with, I don't think, perfect vision, whatever that may be. We've all got our own little spectrum going on.
Yeah, true. Except those lucky bastards who do have perfect vision. They're like 2015 without glasses.
That's how I was before I lost my... I could drive at night without lights. I could drive by the moonlight. It was crazy.
Amazing.
It was like, not quite night vision, but... like a full moon type of night.
Yeah. Those are pretty bright. Since my eyes are sensitive, I can't see in the dark, though. Nobody asked me that. That was coming next. I've been asked if I can see in the dark many times. Many times. I've also gotten the whole... My chair's squeaky. Sorry if you guys can hear it. It's really obnoxious. But, I have been asked if I have super hearing because, you guys have too, I'm sure. Yeah, everybody's gotten that. I do have really good hearing, but it's not because I'm blind. It's because I pay attention more than most people.
Exactly.
I wrote an article on that, too, because everybody always wants to know, are your other senses better? No, the answer is no, they're not.
Just pay attention more.
Yeah, your brain works better. Our brains work better, guys.
That's it. Put
that out there.
I get that question a lot. So, is your hearing heightened?
Are you a bat?
Oh my god.
Yes, I am a bat.
I love being called Daredevil on average twice a week. That's just awesome.
I wish I was Daredevil. God, such a badass.
Okay, they're gambling in the chat.
Oh, yeah, those chat games.
Yeah, they're kind of addicting. When I found them that night, like I had this whole show planned out, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Streamlabs started working. I was like, breaking news! It works! And I got completely sidetracked.
Oh my god. I can imagine the excitement when your tech starts working, right?
Right. Yeah.
Especially something new. Yeah, I'm a nerd in that way.
Yeah.
All
So
things
you
tech.
get it.
All things tech excite me.
Oh, speaking of tech. Voiceover. There we go. I've been having a lot of problems with voiceover in Catalina lately.
Huh. Did they have an update or something?
Probably.
Well, Catalina was recent though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
Catalina's
it
the most
was
recent thing.
like a month or two ago
Yeah.
at the most. Okay, I thought I'd seen it a while back.
What sucks is the Catalina doesn't work with torrent files.
Oh, shame.
No.
What are you still torrenting? I really want to know. Do I want to know?
I gotta
I
gotta watch. That's where I got all my audiobooks from.
Okay. Oh, you need to check out Bookshare then.
I've heard about Bookshare. Bookshare, and there's
Cheers.
another one that you guys are talking about in the chat as well. I can't remember the other one.
I'm trying to remember if Bookshare has audiobooks too. Actually, they might not. That's my bad. Scratch that. What's the one DeMarco is always talking about?
That's the one I was trying to remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it either. If he's in there, he needs to drop it. Let us know, because
I'm surprised they didn't show up for the show. I'll have to give them a little bit of a.
they're in the chat now, going on about something.
Oh.
Let's see. Somebody new joined.
Modus. Earth.
Yeah.
Streamlabs. Agent. Sonar. Yeah, exactly. We've got sonar. I used to tell people that I can hear gnats fart. I wouldn't say fart, but I'd say another word just to be funny.
Very nice. Very nice. That's a good one.
There's the average blind guy. And now we all know who the average blind guy is if you watched Jason's show last night. But I'm not going to dock him. Oh, Agent's got photophobia as well.
Oh. What condition does Agent have, dare I ask?
Hey, there's Danny, new subscriber. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, Danny. Much appreciated. Follower of Independently Blind.
Oh, yeah, man. It's a great show. Yesterday's stream I watched today. It was really good.
His stream or our stream?
His stream. I watched yours
that was
live
good.
Sunday. And then I watched his from Monday? Yesterday. I don't whatever day. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was good, though. It was about making money on YouTube. That one. It was very good. Very good.
Yeah, he'd been talking about doing that one for a while because that's another thing in these communities. And obviously I can only really speak on the blind community because that's where I've experienced it. Is like you're an evil person if you try to make money.
I have not seen any comments about that, but I'm not in any YouTube specific groups or anything.
Stay away from them.
I know I probably will. But like all the feedback I've gotten so far in my whole 2 videos that I've posted has been really positive. So thank you if you guys are in the chat and you've said things about my videos. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And her links to everything is in the description box below, so feel free to click on our YouTube and subscribe and follow Facebook, follow Twitter, and Instagram.
All those things that I sometimes post on. Mostly Instagram. I post my dark thoughts on Twitter, so if you're interested in that, go to Twitter.
Twitter. Oh my god, I can't believe Twitter. Twitter reminds me of like a slowly dying MySpace. Everybody uses it, but what's the point? Twitter is like the scourge of social media. That's if you want to start some shit, that's where you go.
This is true. This is true. There's been some interesting Twitter fights though, like between like, have you seen what's the 2 fast food chains that always fight? Is it like Burger King and Wendy's, I think? If you've never read some of that, you should check it out. It's hilarious.
That might be something to cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. They're always dropping shade on each other, and it's like whoever does their social marketing is so good. So good. I'll let you know if I figure out who it is because I can't remember either.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm sure we can.
It's 2 fast food chains. Yeah.
Okay. Average blind guy, you need to do an S after that point, and remember everything is lowercase. Notice. Fun and D. Earth. We've all lost its slots. Yeah. I don't think anybody wins at slots, guys. Just so you know.
Don't play the slots. All right.
Yeah. Although there are some funny responses to the 8-ball, so. That's about all I have. Would you like to leave the audience with? Social media, words of wisdom, don't shave in the dark. I don't know, something.
Don't shave in the dark. No, not that. But social media, all my social media is Dani Marie AUC. So if anybody's interested, wisdom. Stop putting everybody in boxes.
Yeah.
Stop trying to fit, square peg in a round hole, etc. Live in the gray area. It's okay.
The gray area, the gray Jedi.
Yes, those are the best.
Awesome.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, Dani. It's much appreciated. Look forward to some updates in the future, and we'll do a live review sometime when you get your next video up, if you don't mind us playing your video during the stream. And I look forward to having you come back sometime.
That sounds fun.
Cool. Thank you. And everybody in the chat, don't forget to check out her links in the description box below. You can click on any of those and go right to them. Follow, subscribe, all that great stuff. Thank you all for joining today. And until next time, remember, love is blind. Keep it blind.